Alright, today's topic is all about Metroid games, especially Metroid Prime series games. Um, so, about a couple of weeks ago, Nintendo was doing another Nintendo Direct, and I was really hopeful to finally see something or just some info on Metroid Prime 4 that has been in development for God knows how long, many years. And it's quite ridiculous that thinking it has been in development for so long and we haven't seen pretty much anything from the game. Only the logo of the game, and already that was years and years ago. I haven't seen even one screenshot of the game, which is very weird. When thinking that this game has been in development for years. Okay, I know it started from the scratch, but that was already, I think, couple of years ago, 2 years or 3 years ago, that it was getting ready initially for the release, but then again, for some reason, they weren't happy, the original devs of the who was responsible for developing initially Metroid Prime 4, and it wasn't Retro Studios initially, but the first team was very disappointed uh, about their work, and they just said screw it, we don't or I'm not actually, did they decide to scratch it, or did Nintendo say that because Nintendo was not satisfied with their work? But anyway, it was started from the scratch, and this time the only, in my opinion, studio that needs to do this game is Retro Studios, of course, the team behind all the Metroid Prime games. As far as I know, they have made all the Prime games. So we haven't heard in a long time anything, and I was so hopeful that maybe this time on Nintendo Direct we'll get something. Even the info that the game is still alive. Of course, I think it is because there hasn't been any mention that it's dead, it's not buried, it's not cancelled, but it's very odd that we haven't really received any screenshots, even screenshots or just any info. We just know that it's coming for the Nintendo Switch, it's done by Retro Studios once again, and that's it. And I'm beginning to think that maybe we would not get it for Nintendo Switch, current Nintendo console. Maybe they are planning to release it for the next gen Nintendo console. I'm beginning to think that may be their plan right now, because Nintendo Switch is already 6 year old, and yeah, since we didn't get any info on uh, in the latest Nintendo Direct about Metroid Prime 4, uh, which I was really disappointed. Did I say that already? It's quite obvious uh, from my kind of rant, but anyway, um, but what we did get from the latest Nintendo Direct is, I think, Nintendo's answer to the fans who are so eagerly waiting for the new Metroid Prime game. Uh, they decided to remaster the first Metroid Prime game, which I actually got today. So I pretty much got the idea for this video of this. I decided to get it. After all, initially I was not sure if I'm going to get this because I was just so disappointed that there was no mention about Metroid Prime 4. But but then again, I didn't know Nintendo would also release this in physical form. So initially it was last month, I can't remember the release date, but it was initially only for digital. It was only released as digital game, but last week we got, I think the 3rd of March was the release date after I checked out today. It was the physical version's release date, so I'm very happy we got the physical version also. So yeah, and now a little bit talking about the Metroid series, mainly Metroid Prime series. So of course I'm very happy that they decided to remaster the first Metroid Prime, but of course that was pretty obvious. No devs, start from the second game or third game when making remasters. Of course, it's obvious that they start with the first game and then maybe go to the next and next installment. But anyway, because Metroid Prime 1, the original, is my favorite Metroid Prime game. And I think unlike many fans, I'm not sure, but I have this feeling that many fans say that they are pretty much in order, from best to worst Metroid Prime games, so the 3. So the first is the best, Metroid Prime 2 Echoes is the in between, and the worst is Metroid Prime 3 Corruption. But I actually liked Corruption more than Echoes. So Echoes for me is the least favorite. Of course, every Prime game, all the 3 games are excellent. And yeah, definitely the first game is my favorite. But yeah, I like Corruption more than Echoes. I think Echoes was just, for me, it was, the level design and all, it was a little bit too confusing to navigate, and I got lost so easily, much more easily than on the first game. And Corruption, on the other hand, was you could say easier game, but I've always thought that Metroid Prime games are, at least I get very easily lost in Metroid Prime games. And they can be very hard, to progress, and also some enemies are very challenging, especially bosses. But yeah, I'll definitely prefer Metroid Prime series than just the side-scrolling Metroid series, because in my opinion, Metroid games get their full potential when they use 3D environments. I feel like if I'm playing a Metroid game, side-scrolling game, I have a feeling that my movement is just restricted. Uh, of course, they are not so free to, explore, because they are in 2D two dimension. But yeah, I just think Metroid games are made to get their full potential when they use 3D environments. So yeah, that's pretty obvious. I prefer Metroid Prime games over Metroid games. But of course, there are many good Metroid side-scrolling games I have played. My favorite actually is Metroid Fusion. I think it was GBA title, Game Boy Advance. Metroid Fusion is my favorite side-scrolling, and I actually liked quite much the Metroid Dread. You know, was it last year, or no? It was 2 years ago. About was released on Switch. The newest side-scrolling Metroid series game. I never finished it, but I played it for quite a long. But I just got so it was so challenging. I just got so lost in the game, and yeah, my motivation was not that high that I would decide to finish it. I just thought, okay, I'll quit playing, because this is not as interesting as Metroid Prime games. Because I have, unlike many Metroid side-scrolling games, I have finished all the 3 Metroid games. The first, Echoes and Corruption. I have finished all the Prime games back in the day. And yeah, I just prefer Metroid Prime games over the side-scrolling Metroid games. And yeah, it would be about fucking time to get some info that the game is still alive and it's actually in full development, because it's been, I think, about 15 years since Metroid Prime 3 Corruption was released on Nintendo Wii. I think that was released in 2008 or 7 or even 9. Can't remember, but it's been around 15 years since last Prime came, so it would be about time to get at least some info to the fans of the Metroid, especially to the fans of Metroid Prime games, that it is coming. But like I said, it's very odd that we haven't got any screenshots, uh, even screenshots, and not videos or anything. So yeah, that's it. This was kind of partly a rant about where the hell is Metroid Prime 4, but yeah, of course it's better than nothing that we at least got Metroid Prime Remastered. And like I said, I think Nintendo very well knows the situation. They know so many fans are waiting for the new Prime game. And this is the answer. They couldn't just, say to fans that, sorry, we don't have anything Metroid Prime related. So, yeah, they released this that fans would still have hopes for the new Prime game. So, yeah, that's it. And on the side note, tomorrow or in 2 days, we'll finally should get Resident Evil 4 demo. And yeah, I know I have been saying this for quite many times, but I'm so excited to finally be able to play it a little bit before the full release on 24th of this month. Anyway, Metroid Prime Remastered, good thing, but then again, where the hell is Metroid Prime 4 Nintendo? That's my question to you. Now, I'm out.